Hello. This is Michelle Mickey Jones coming to you this morning to discuss expressional writings. And if you're catching this on the replay, of course, good morning to you. It is early. It is like 7 in the morning here. But I have a long day today and I wanted to get this information out to you with regards to answering a question that I usually express to most when it comes to writing. And the question is, do you struggle to find the right words? If the answer to that question is yes, then I have a few tips for you to help you to increase your vocabulary. Because expressional writing is about how you feel and what relates to you. And if you didn't catch my video from yesterday, you can go back and on my timeline and run through that. And we're talking about whether or not you have a hard time expressing your feelings. And one of the reasons that people do have a hard time expressing their feelings is one, because they've been taught to suppress them, which we talked about in a previous video. But another is that they don't have the right words. Their vocabulary is limited when it comes to expressive vocabulary. So I have a few things that can help you to increase your vocabulary so that you will understand your feelings a little bit better. One is read the dictionary. We all have smartphones, so let's let our smartphones work for us. There is an app inside of the Google Play Store, and it's called Dictionary Word of the Day. And you download the app, it's free, and you can actually get a word that comes to you every day. And you can get the meaning of that word, and you can use it in sentences, but it increases your vocabulary. Another thing that you can do other than picking up the dictionary is to pick up a thesaurus. A thesaurus is, once you've learned the word of the day, you can find other words that have a similar meaning that might work better for you. And then you can research those in the dictionary as well, so you can get the meaning of those as well. So one is the dictionary, two is the thesaurus. Now, I'm getting ready to give you a third tip that's a very old tip that you might say is a little antiquated. But it is a portion of Reader's Digest. In the very back of the book, it's called Word Power. And it gives you between 10 to 15 words, and is a little test, and it says, do you know what this word means? That is another way to increase your vocabulary. This is all about expressional writing. It's all about understanding the language that you speak. So not all words will resonate with you, but those are 3 things that can help you to increase your vocabulary, so you can stay away from the monotony of using the same word. For example, if you research the word morning, we all know what morning is, right? But if you put a U inside of morning, it means a completely different thing. So you have to understand the variation of letters inside of the word. So let's take morning as in daybreak, sunrise, an awakening, an eye opener. These are all different ways to describe morning. So instead of saying, I woke up this morning with you on my mind, you can say something like, when the sun rose over and the clouds disappeared and the moon set. We're still talking about morning. So when we talk about expressional writing, we're talking about increasing our vocabulary. So again, we can increase our vocabulary, one, by reading the dictionary and understanding the meaning of various words. Two, we can read a thesaurus by getting a variation, in order to get a variation on the words that we're learning. And 3, we can play word games like those in Reader's Digest, where you actually get a word of the day or several words of the day, and you decipher the meaning or interpret the meaning, and then you research it that way. All of this is part of expressional writing, because you when you write, you want that sentiment to be of you. You want that sentiment to be what you choose it to be. You want that sentiment to sound like you. So you don't want to use words that sound like someone else and be like, that don't sound like me. So if, like I said, if you are a very straight-laced person, then you use straight-laced words. But there's a variation on those straight-laced words. And if you are a more boisterous person, then you use boisterous big words. So whatever works for you is what I would like you to do. So when it comes time to actually write your feelings, they're actually what you say, and you can make them as eloquent or as simplistic as possible. But again, we're talking about expressional writing, and we're talking about ways to increase your vocabulary. So those 3 ways that I would offer to you to increase your vocabulary is 1, to read the dictionary, 2, to read a thesaurus, and 3, pick up a Reader's Digest and play word power games. So this is Mickey Michelle Jones coming to you saying thank you for watching, and I hope that you have learned something that was valuable to you to help you increase your language so that you can become an expressional writer.